Poverty may be where you started, but it doesn't have to be where you finish. Being broke is a situation, but staying broke is a decision. You have more control than you think. Every single day is another chance to make a change, to learn something new, to push forward and to build the life you want. I'm not saying the road is easy. I'm saying it's possible. People rise from nothing every day because they refuse to settle. They invest in themselves. They learn new skills. They change their mindset. They grind when no one is watching. Poverty can feel like a trap, like a cage built out of struggle, setbacks, and survival mode. When you're in it, it can seem never-ending. You wake up every day thinking about bills, food, rent, how to make it to the next week. It wears on your spirit, your confidence, your peace of mind. But here's the truth that doesn't get said enough. Poverty is a condition, not a curse, and conditions can be changed. Your background, your zip code, your family's bank account. None of these define your future. They may explain your starting point, but they don't control your finish line. Plenty of successful people started in poverty. What separated them wasn't luck. It was perspective. They stopped seeing poverty as a life sentence and started treating it like a challenge they were determined to outgrow. You weren't born to be stuck in survival mode. You were born to create, to grow, to thrive. But to do that, you have to stop identifying with poverty. You're not a poor person. You're a powerful person going through a tough financial season. There's a difference. That difference is everything. And let's be honest, the system isn't always fair. Some people are born with advantages, some aren't. But while you may not be responsible for where you started, you are responsible for where you go from here. That responsibility is both the weight and the weapon. Once you understand that you have power, even if it's small at first, you can start to shift, one move at a time. Poverty feeds off hopelessness. It survives when you believe there's no way out. But there is a way. It might be slow, it might be uphill, but it's real. And the moment you begin to believe that change is possible, even in the smallest way, you've already taken the first step out of it. Before you change your bank account, your address, or your circumstances, you have to change your mindset. Everything begins in the mind. The way you think determines the way you live. And the hard truth is, if you're stuck thinking poor, you'll stay living poor, even if someone hands you money. That's why people win the lottery and still go broke. That's why some folks make more money, but never build wealth. Because no matter how much the outside changes, if the inside stays the same, the results won't last. Your mindset is the foundation, the blueprint, the engine. If it's broken, nothing you build will stand. You have to reprogram how you see yourself. Stop saying I'll never make it. Stop thinking people like me don't succeed. Because every time you say that, you're reinforcing the chains. You're keeping yourself in a mental prison. And the thing about a mental prison is, you hold the key. You can open that door. You can think differently. You can believe bigger. Start asking yourself better questions. Not why is this happening to me, but what can I learn from this? Not will I ever get out, but what's the first step I can take today? Your brain is powerful. It follows the instructions you give it. So if you feed it negativity, scarcity, doubt, it'll give you more of the same. But if you feed it purpose, focus, vision, it'll start to shift. And don't wait until life is perfect to start thinking different. Start now. Mindset isn't about ignoring struggle. It's about training your thoughts to see beyond it. It's about building mental resilience so that even when you fall down, your mind keeps standing. The world might throw chaos at you. Life might hit you hard. But if your mindset is strong, if it's focused, if it's rooted in growth, then nothing can hold you down for long. We're living in a time where what you know and what you can do can change your whole life, no matter where you started. In today's world, skills are the new currency. Not degrees, not titles, not who you know. Real, valuable skills that solve problems, create solutions, and bring value to others. That's what pays. You don't need permission to learn anymore. You don't need a fancy classroom. You've got access to free knowledge in your pocket. YouTube, Google, podcasts, online courses, mentors sharing game on social media. You can learn how to code, how to edit videos, how to market a business, how to flip products, how to write, how to invest, all from a phone. The game has changed. And the best part, skills don't care where you came from. A skill doesn't care if you grew up in the hood or the suburbs. A skill doesn't care about your GPA or your past mistakes. If you take the time to master something useful, something people need, you become valuable. Period. You want to stop being broke. Become valuable. Find out what people are struggling with and learn how to solve that problem. Learn it so well, they have no choice but to pay you for it. That's the power of skill. It builds confidence. It builds income. It builds freedom. It might take time. It might take sacrifice. But every skill you build is a brick in the foundation of a new life. You're not just clocking in. You're leveling up. You're adding tools to your toolbox, so you never have to depend on just one source of income, one job, or one opportunity ever again. And here's the truth. Most people don't want to hear. Being unskilled in today's world is a choice. Harsh, but real. If you have access to the internet and you're not learning something that can pay you back, you're choosing comfort over change. You're choosing to stay stuck when you could be growing. One of the biggest lies people believe is that they have to have it all together before they can start, that they need a perfect plan, a big budget, the best equipment, the right connections, and until then they wait. But the truth is, you already have something. You just have to use it. Greatness doesn't start with abundance. It starts with resourcefulness. Look at any successful person who came from the bottom. They didn't start with everything. They started with what they had: a voice, a skill, a phone, a product, a dream. Something small, something imperfect, but something they were willing to work with. The problem isn't that people have nothing. It's that they overlook what they do have. Maybe you don't have money, but you have time. You have energy. You have a story. You have experiences that could help someone else. You have access to free tools. You've got social media in your pocket. That's a platform. That's visibility. That's free marketing if you use it right. Even your pain has power. Your struggles, your setbacks, your mistakes, those things can become lessons, content, business ideas, inspiration for someone else. People are hungry for realness, for value, for connection. You can give that right now with what you already carry inside you. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Start where you are with what you've got and build from there. You don't need a new location. You need a new level of creativity. You don't need more money. You need more vision. The person who makes excuses will always wait. But the person who takes what's in their hand and moves, that's the one who breaks through. You don't have to be fully equipped. You just have to be fully committed. That phone you scroll on, it can become a business. That talent you keep quiet about, it can be your breakthrough. That small circle of people you know, they might be your first supporters, your first customers, your first believers. Excuses are comfort in disguise. They feel good in the moment. They protect your pride. They soften your failure, but they cost you progress. If you want to stay poor, keep making excuses. But if you want to break out, rise up, and level up, you have to kill every excuse at the root. Excuses are the stories we tell ourselves to justify staying the same. I'm too tired. I don't have time. Nobody's helping me. I don't know where to start. All of those might feel real, but guess what? They won't pay your bills. They won't build your business. They won't develop your skills. And they won't change your life. Everybody has challenges. Everybody has setbacks. Some people have less than you and are still making it work. The difference isn't the situation. It's the mentality. Winners find a way. Losers find a reason. And those reasons sound really good until you realize they're just delays dressed as logic. The truth is, your goals don't care about your excuses. Your future doesn't care how tired you are today. Life is tough for everybody, but tough times aren't the excuse to give up. They're the reason to go harder. If you keep letting your circumstances set your standard, you'll always live under your potential. Discipline is doing it even when the excuses are screaming, even when nobody's watching, even when it feels unfair. Because here's the raw truth. Life won't hand you what you want. You've got to take it. And you can't take anything if your hands are full of excuses. So the next time you feel yourself making one, stop. Ask yourself, is this helping me move forward or holding me back? 9 times out of 10, it's the latter. And if it's in the way of your growth, your goals, or your greatness, then it's got to go. Because at the end of the day, success doesn't speak the language of excuses. Your environment will either elevate you or suffocate you. It will feed your growth or fuel your destruction. Who you surround yourself with matters more than most people realize. If you're serious about not staying poor in mind, money, or spirit, then you need to check your circle. Because whether you notice it or not, your circle is shaping your ceiling. If the people around you are always complaining, always broke, always blaming others, always chasing distractions, guess what? That energy rubs off. You start thinking like them, acting like them, accepting less. Your vision shrinks to fit the room you're in. And over time, you stop believing in more because nobody around you is reaching for more. But here's the thing. You don't have to cut people off with bitterness. You just have to rise with intention. Growth will naturally distance you from what no longer feeds you. Start surrounding yourself with people who stretch your thinking, who challenge your habits, who hold you accountable. People who talk about ideas, investments, impact. Not just gossip, drama, or what's trending on social media. You need people in your life who normalize success, who make you uncomfortable in the best way, who inspire you by their hustle, their discipline, their mindset. People who are already living how you want to live, not so you can copy them, but so you can learn from them. Success leaves clues. And if you're always the smartest or most motivated person in the room, it's time to upgrade rooms. Sometimes it's not just about meeting new people. It's also about being intentional with your time. The content you consume is part of your circle too. The books you read, the podcasts you play, the accounts you follow. That's your digital environment. If all you're feeding yourself is noise and nonsense, don't be surprised when you feel stuck, scattered, or small. Protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. The wrong people will drain you, delay you, and distract you from your purpose. But the right people, they'll help you grow faster, think bigger, and push you when you forget your power. If you want to stop being poor, financially, mentally, emotionally, you have to stop living only for today. Poverty keeps people locked in survival mode, chasing instant gratification and short-term comfort. But wealth, success, and stability, they live in the long term. And the people who rise out of struggle are the ones who learn how to invest in their future, even when the present is tight. And let's be real, investing doesn't just mean money. It means time, energy, focus, and yes, eventually, your dollars too. It means doing what's uncomfortable now so you can live comfortable later. It means saying no to the quick fix so you can say yes to the bigger picture. It means being more committed to your goals than your habits. Start small, but start. Read books that teach you about money, mindset, discipline. Watch videos that show you how to build income streams. Start businesses or manage what you earn. Take a free online course. Save $5 instead of spending it on something that won't matter tomorrow. Every time you choose to grow instead of coast, that's an investment. Every time you choose to learn instead of scroll, that's a deposit into your future. Build assets, things that make you money, even when you're not working. That could be a skill. That could be a side hustle. That could be a product, a service, a digital platform. Don't spend your whole life working for money. Learn how to make money work for you. That's a mindset shift that separates those who escape poverty from those who stay trapped in it. And don't just invest in things, invest in yourself. Your health, your discipline, your confidence, your spiritual life. Because you can't build a wealthy life with a poor mindset or a tired, unhealthy body. You are the foundation. When you get better, everything around you gets better. Delayed gratification is the real game changer. Most people want the rewards but aren't willing to do the planting, watering, and waiting. But if you want to change your life, you have to think like a builder, not a gambler. You have to see beyond the moment. You have to start seeing a wise choice today as a brick being laid in the mansion of your future.